FTWitachi here, you know what it is, and thank you all very much for tuning in. We have our Brewfest guide. First, celebrated by the dwarves. Brewfest now holds appeal among all the races of Azeroth. Visit the Alliance camp outside Ironforge or the Horde camp outside Orgrimmar and join the party. So, this is our brand new and updated guide to Brewfest. As you guys know, I have been updating all of my in-game World of Warcraft events, weekly events. Every event in-game has been getting an updated guide. And the reason for this is, one, the past couple of years have had updates to these events, and there's been gaps of like 10 to 15 years where these events never saw a single update in their life. But these past few years have had updates after updates to where I had a main guide. I would release a small video showcasing the update, release a small video showcasing the update, and it got to the point to where I have 3 to 4 videos focusing on one event. It's an absolute shambles, and there's also a lot of stuff that got added to Brewfest this year. So I'm like, you know what, let's promote those videos for this year for those of you that need help at the beginning of the event. But during the event, I'm going to go ahead and recreate a new guide for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. So let's go ahead and get on in to the Brewfest. Alright, first things first, you are going to find a holiday enthusiast. Well, you don't really have to be in Dornogal. I'm in Dornogal because the War Within is the current expansion. You can find holiday enthusiasts in practically almost any major city. It basically is your breadcrumb quest to take you to the event. So we're going to go ahead and speak to the Brewfest organizer. This is going to be outside of Orgrimmar again for the Horde, for the Alliance, outside of Ironforge. And you can go ahead and take a sip of any of the alcoholic beverages here, as well as 2 gold. So let's go ahead and accept this quest, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Alright, like I said, we are outside of Orgrimmar for the Horde Brewfest. As you can see, we have the camp outside here. Let's go ahead, turn in our quests. Again, you can pick any of these. I'm just going to go ahead and pick the small brew. It really doesn't matter. We're here. Let's go ahead and get on in. I feel a bit stupid, but this is news to me. But it's probably news to me because I am never home at 6:15. Well, I'm actually asleep at 6:15 in the morning. And 6:15 at night, I'm never home. Ever. But there is a special experience buff called Brewfest Enthusiasts, which the leaders of various brewing companies will give speeches by their camps. Again, at 6:15 in the morning, as well as 6:15 at night. Now you can get this at any time zone. So it's 6:15 based off of your current server's time zone. So right now, for me, I'm on PST server, so that's going to be 6:15 PST, which will be 6:15 my time. However, if you log into various different servers, you can go ahead, check out what time zone that specific server is at, and you can go ahead and get it. It doesn't have to be 6:15 in real life, it has to be 6:15 in game. And basically, this will buff everyone nearby with a 2-hour buff that persists through death, which increases experience earned by 10%. So for those of you leveling alts, this is cool. So just be in the camp area at 6:15 in the morning or at 6:15 at night. And you can also, from what I've seen, is during the speech starting, you'll get the buff, and then you can go ahead and log on to another character at the same time that's on that same server. By the time the speech ends, you will get that buff. Just saying. So if you do want to make sure you apply it to multiple characters, be sure to do so. Alright, some of the first quests that you are going to do or tackle when you are at this event, we're going to go ahead and do Catch the Wild Wapeltinger, because I know that this event takes place here. The other one, hella far away. Basically, you got a Snipe Hunter Goro has asked you to capture 5 stunned Wapeltingers using the Wapeltinger net, and you also must be wearing the Synth Brew goggles. So, this is going to be a one-time only quest for the event, giving you 2 gold as well as a companion of the Wapeltinger pet, but I've already got it. But let's go ahead and tackle this quest anyways, because I can go ahead and sell the other pet. Probably, it probably sells for nothing. Are you kidding me? Bro. Okay, did it work? Nope. Yes, it did work. Okay, cool. I couldn't get it to work because it was in the freaking, what's it called? In the barrels. But you can target these bad boys. I see one over here. Oh, I see a few of them over here. Let's go. Going back to back. Oh, I see another one over there too. Oh, the cooldown on this net is annoying. And also wearing these synth brew goggles. That happens so much, by the way, where they just disappear randomly. And also, finding these things, there's not many. So if someone else is on this quest, you're not gonna have a good time. Just saying. Stay here, please. Stay. And I am done. Get these synth brew goggles off. I'm not in combat. Come on. Game. Please. Alright, well, let's at least turn into quests. Boom! Alright, the next one-time only quest that we're going to do that gives us a total of 40 Brewfest tokens, so this is actually a banger. Visit the beer gardens outside of Silverboom, Thunderbluff, or the Undercity, and zap 3 pink Alex. Wait. Or? Did they change it? Goated! You used to have to go to all 3 freaking cities, but no, that is no longer the case. Are you freaking serious right now? We've got some beer gardens. Synth brew goggles. And here's my Alex. I don't know why the quest was telling me to go somewhere else, but it is what it is. Go ahead and zap these bad boys. I can't believe we only have to do 3. I am so happy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Alright. Synth brew goggles off. And we portal back to the Orgimons. Alright, we've made it back. Again, I'm still shocked. I'm still like happy about the fact that I don't have to go to Silvermoon and Thunderbluff. But hey, let's take our Brewfest tokens, our 2 gold, and dip. Kind of a weird event. We're about to throw some drunken stouts at a robot. This is the intro quest to the event, and then I believe it turns into a daily. So let's gather our 10 Brewfest tokens. Basically, you just stand in here, drink, and throw. Stand here, drink, and throw. Here, drink, and throw. Here, drink, and throw. And one more time just to make sure my character's fully drunk. There we go. Turn into quests. And that is it. There's actually not a daily for that one, so I do apologize. But hey, get your 10 Brewfest tokens. So these daily quests came out when the Dragon Isles was a thing, or Dragonflight. They've added the NPC to the actual camps now, so you don't have to go there to do these quests. Bubbling brews, collect brew bubbles in Durotar. A total of 10, I believe. Yes, they are. They are the get on your flying mounts and fly through some bubbles, basically. So you also, I just figured out, you can't go with speed. The slower you're going, the better. And you have to actually hit them dead center. For some reason, sometimes if I'm going too fast, they do not give me credit. But you get about 5% per bubble that you pop. We're currently at 80, so we need 3 more with 70, 85, 90, 95, and that should have been 100. 100. So let's go ahead, get this turned in. I went a little bit too far. And then another daily that you can go at. Oh, by the way, 23 gold and 10 tokens. And the next one is going to be Barreling Down, which is another daily. Deliver barrels to Razor Hill, 10 tokens and 23 gold. Now I know why people were riding barrels from over here. Now it makes much more sense. So, this barrel, and please tell me there's some sort of speed. Oh, thank God, these green things. Oh, I thought we were actually having to go all the way to Razor Hill at some slow-ass pace. So I'm assuming I don't want to get hit by these moving barrels that have been crashed, and just hit all of these green lights that are just going to give you speed boosts all the way there. Alright, this is not that bad of a quest now. I'm glad they moved it from the Dragon Isles to here also. It's just like, why not have everything in one go? And I believe if I get to Razor Hill, I'm not going to have to do anything back. I can actually just fly on back. I skipped that one. It's okay though. Where am I going? So stupid. Yay! Thank God. Oh, we only have to do it once. Thank freaking God. Oh my gosh, if I had to do that again. Alright, and we've made it back. Let's collect our rewards. And I'll be back tomorrow. Alright, next up, we've got the Chow Down minigame. Now, I've completed all the achievements and collected all the rewards from it, so I'm just going to show you the minigame itself. The Chow Down minigame takes place in a booth near the Brewfest camp. Chow Down requires that you compete with 3 other players to eat sausages quickly in the Chow Down booth. And there is a table with 4 seats. So, total of 4 seats, 3 other competitors. All 3 of you going to be chowing down on some sausages, some big boy links, the glizzies, and then winning Chowdown rewards you with a Chowdown champion token, and you need a total of 5 to go ahead and purchase a toy. And there's also a one-time introductory quest here called the Brewfest Chowdown, which gives you 25 total tokens as well as 23 gold. So let's go ahead and take a seat. I'm that red, so let's go ahead and sit here. But as you can see, there is a total of 3 buttons for your action bars. You got Eat Sausage, which you're going to eat. You got Refreshing Brew, which you take a sip of brew to prevent yourself from choking. There's going to be a choking bar, and you're going to notice how fast you're getting it. As you can see right here, once it gets close, you want to go ahead and utilize the brew, and then the brew will go ahead and take that, basically that bar down a little bit so you can continue eating more sausages. And then of course, you're going to go ahead and eat all the sausages from the plate. You're going to want a new plate, so that's when you're going to go ahead and utilize the action button number 3. So again, let's go ahead, wait until we get 2 more competitors because we just got Sia Bai sitting down. And then I'll catch you guys when we're ready to go. Ooh, let's go. Let's go. We're starting. As you can see, my bar is going up right when that first person sits down. Oh shit, I need a new plate. Give me a new plate, B. So there is an actual rotation of how many glizzies before you should drink. But I don't remember what it is, so I'm just participating. Let's just see how we do here. There is, like I said, there is a rotation, and you can only ask for a new plate once you need a new plate. So don't worry about it. If you're wondering how you need to know if you need a new plate, oh shit, this is what happens when you eat too much. So yeah, your boy choking over here. If you're wondering when you need a new plate, oh bro, I'm already choking again. I'm doing so bad, bro. Oh my god. Alright, let's get some brew down me. But yeah, if you're ever wondering if you need a new plate, well, of course you can see it because there's no sausages on your plate left. But you'll also notice the icon will appear clickable. So, I'm already at 6. There's another guy that's close to me. And I've won this quite a few times actually, but I haven't picked up on the... It's like a 3 or 4 ratio of sausage to... to drink, and then you go ahead and utilize the wasted time getting a new plate to go ahead and get this bar down. But I think it's first to 10. I'm on 8. Someone already dipped. I don't know, he probably had a queue pop up or something. The way he left it, that's what it looked like. Alright, I can see my brew. I'm at 9. I think the other guy's gonna win. Yeah, the other... Oh, I won! Let's go! Go, dude! Alright, your boy won. But, guess what? You still get... Oh, I got my Chow Down Champion token. Let's go. But guess what? We're going to go ahead and turn that in. Get our Brewfest tokens. I'm goated, like I said. But again, it requires a total of 5 Chow Down Champion tokens in order to get the toy, the Brewfest Chow Down Trophy. But again, I've got 1. So I got to win 4 more times to get it? Yes. And it's actually not that hard, but... You can also cheat it with some friends, and they can just let you win by clicking the action buttons just to give you a heads up. But hey, I won. I showed you I'm still that guy. And I don't need the token, so I wish I could give it to you guys, but I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Probably the most important thing that you're going to be doing during the Brewfest, and that is ram racing. Now, we have intro quests before we can actually start the daily quest. And the reason why I say this is so important is because the daily quest is where you're going to get the most Brewfest prize tokens as long as you do the racing correctly. Now I'm looking at this dude behind me. That person's struggling their absolute brains off, and you also see people go the absolute wrong way. But if you are playing Horde and you want to see the GOAT himself in action, no pun intended, let's freaking go. But first, Gotta pick up this quest. Oh my gosh, they have a thingy on the top that gives you... Oh, they've made it easier. They've made it easier. Oh my gosh. So you can see how, so green is 1 speed, yellow is 1 speed, and then red's your max speed, basically. And it, oh my gosh, you used to have to base it off of, what's it called? Off of like a little buff. But now you just gotta, oh my, and they give you the user interface upgrade too? Wow, they've made this so much more easier. 23 gold upon first quest. Let's get that done. Alright, and the next quest, there and back again. Get a keg from the goblin stranded on the road to Brewfest Bay and return it to Ram Master Ray's. Okay, let's redo this. I can do better. Alright, and the next quest on this quest line. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, so we're gonna get some Brewfest tokens from this one. Basically, it's like an intro to the pathing of the actual racing. And then I believe the next one's gonna be the daily. So without further ado, let's get on our RAM, spam the 1 key, and let's go. They've added a couple of things here, I'm not gonna lie. However, again, like I said, if you're looking for the GOAT of RAM racing, you're looking at it. Quickest path to go. You're gonna see a couple of things, and I'm gonna go over them in this part of the video before we actually do the daily. And I've been told you do have to go a lot closer to the goblin in order to get the keg. You used to be able to get it just on the other side of the fencing there, but that is no longer the case. And again, they've added so many more things in the way of the ram racing, but it doesn't seem to affect this path too much. How many do we have to do? Oh, we have to do it 3 times? Ah, oh, so dead, bro. Alright, well, second go, let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an update. So you're going to see basically fruit in barrels. That basically depletes the fatigue of your RAM. And you're going to go ahead and see the fatigue of your RAM as a buff. Sadly, it's a buff, yes. It turns into a debuff if you let it hit 100. As you can see right now, I'm currently at about 30. My RAM speed's at 10 out of 10, so it's at max speed. Can't go any faster than this. I just always keep spamming the whip just to make sure I keep it at max 10 out of 10 speed. As long as it's in the red, that is your max speed. Run by the barrels of fruit that I am currently running by. You can go ahead and just get that one just by going to the edge of the fence. Go back and forth as many times as you can when you're doing the daily, and that's going to be the max amount of tokens that you can get. Now, I'm going to find out for you what is the max amount that you're going to want to try to aim for, because this is the fastest and only path that you can take. Now, there's a couple of others. As you can see behind the goblin, there is another fruit barrel, or a fruit barrel for your ram to run by. And you'll also notice that there's going to be some over there, and there's going to be some over there. Don't ask me who the hell runs over there with their rams, but they're crazy. Nonsense. But let's go ahead, get this last one in, jump off the mount, turn into quest, and we have now unlocked the daily. So, we have the daily here. As you can see, the reward is only 23 gold. You're probably wondering, well, what's the point of this? Every barrel of brew you turn in is going to give you Brewfest tokens. So, to maximize your Brewfest token gain, you're going to want to take the path that I just showed you in the previous part of this video. But, without wasting any more time, let's freaking go. Let's see if I can hop that. No, you can't. I feel like they've added a box to that, by the way. But again, make sure on the top of your screen, because that's new this year, make sure you're at 10 out of 10, maxed out. In order to get to 10 out of 10, all you got to do is click the 1 key or the 1 option button that you got on your new user interface. That is going to be your whip. And then when you see a little bit of a red glow on top of that goblin NPC to go ahead and give you the barrel, you can just go ahead and turn right away. You don't have to wait for the barrel to be attached to your character. You can just turn and go as quickly as you can. The only barrels of fruit that I actually use for my ram is the one we just went by, the one next to this campfire, and then there is also another one closer to the NPC himself. Those are the only 3 that I use. You're going to see some out there. You're going to see some out there to the left as well. But those are the only 3 barrels that you are going to need in regards to maximizing the speed of your ram. And then, of course, you got to travel back and forth, getting a total of 2 tokens per barrel turn-in. Now, you'll have this ramp for 4 minutes, but you're also going to notice that the timer does increase upon every time you turn in a barrel. So that is super good news. And just so you don't bother with the fences or you just don't get stuck like I did at the beginning, just go ahead, take that little exit next to the side of where the NPCs are. And this one, a little bit of a hop probably helps, but I'm just a little bit like where the hell this dude, where are those idiots coming from, man? It pisses me off at how bad some people are at this. Like, bro, they're taking the long route over there to my right to get here. They're not doing this straight back and forth path. Now, Blizzard's trolling people with putting these fruit barrels over there. Like, there's no way. They're probably getting a total of what, like 6, maybe 8 tokens? I can guarantee you I'm gonna maximize. But then you'll start noticing that people start picking up on it. And then that's why I make these types of videos. Is for you that are... I did call you kind of dumb, but it's for you guys that are figuring it out. This is the fastest path. Trust me, fam. This is the easiest path. As you can see, little red glow. Go ahead. Turn. Go the other way. But again, it is a very long daily quest. And I'm not going to keep you here the whole damn 4 minutes. Because it's not going to be 4 minutes. It's probably going to be a lot more than that. Because, again, you can increase the timer for this daily for the amount of times you can stay on this ramp every time you turn in brew. As you can see, this has definitely been longer than a minute. Guess what else? It still says I have 4 minutes left. So I'm going to be going back and forth, slamming this. And I will catch you guys when we're done. And then I'll give you guys a total rundown on how many Brewfest tokens that we did earn. But for those of you tuning in live, thank you very much for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be sure to check out chat in just a little bit. But bear with me. For those of you tuning in when this is going in our guide video, let's go ahead and cook, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Upon doing some quick maths, your boy has a total of 90. I ended up receiving a total of 24 by going back and forth 12 times. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I probably could have done one more route of going back and forth. So that probably could have given me a maximum of 26 tokens from that daily. But your boy settled for a nice 24. I didn't do too bad. I did get caught on a ledge probably once or twice. So that's why I think I could have gotten back and forth one more time by increasing the time. But hey, 24 tokens total. So if you're not getting 24, where you at, bro? Alrighty, team. Next up, we are about to do all of the bar tabs. These are the bar tabs that are in the Dragon Isles, as well as Kazhalkar. They only have bar tabs for the latest 2 expansions, and it's just basically going around to specific locations, picking up a quest, turning it in, and you automatically get 10 free of the currency of your Brewfest tokens. So, just to give you a heads up, we are going to go ahead and do both back to back and kind of montage it up as we have done in some of our in-game guides in the past. This is very similar to candy buckets for Halloween, for those of you that have seen the Halloween or Hallow's End guide for World of Warcraft. So, without further ado, let's head on over to the Dragon Isles first, and I'll catch you all there. Next up, we are going to queue up for Korin Direbrew, which is the dungeon boss for this event. You can queue up and kill Korin Direbrew using the dungeon finder, which you can see here. Upon killing Korin for the very first time during the event, though, he will drop a quest item called Direbrew's Direbrew, which goes ahead and starts a quest that turning in will give you Brewfest prize tokens, which is the currency. And I believe 40, but we will find out once we have killed him. And then, of course, once per day, your first victory per day will earn you 23 gold, as well as a keg-shaped treasure chest. In regards to Korin Direbrew himself, he drops epic quality trinkets. So again, the item level of these trinkets are going to go ahead and change every single time the event comes around. But there is a total of 6 different trinkets that the boss himself does drop. And then in regards to the keg-shaped treasure chest, there's tons of items that can actually come from that. And then there's currently 2 specific items that have an increased drop rate upon your first treasure chest during that day. So let's go ahead and go on in to seeing what we can get from this keg-shaped treasure chest. Alright, let's go! Alright, we're gonna go ahead and speak to Korin. Oh, did someone already do it? No. Speak to Korin. Whoops, my bad. Fight. There we go. Get it cooking! Very easy boss fight, almost all in-game event. Oh, wow! He's hella collapsed, bro. What was that? Oh my gosh. Well, got some junk, but we also did get our Direbrew's Direbrew quest. Again, that's your one-time quest, and it is a total of 40 Brewfest prize tokens as well as 23 gold. So let's go ahead, zone on out. We'll go ahead and open our prize pack as well. But let's go ahead and get this quest turned in. Alright, turn in is the NPC that is going to be in the front of the camp, giving us some Brewfest prize tokens. So let's go ahead and stash that away. And in regards to the loot that you can get from the keg-shaped treasure chest itself, let's go ahead and go over the loot table first. There is a total of 3 different mounts that you can get from this event. One being the Great Brewfest Coda that you can see here, the Swift Brewfest Ram, and of course the brand new Brewfest Bomber. This is a bomber looking flying machine that is Brewfest themed, and it also is one of the 2 items currently on this loot table that has an increased drop rate at your first chest per day. There's also a couple of appearance items. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the terrific Tankard O Terror. And the reason for that is because I actually already have it. So it's basically a keg, as you can see here. There is also a mace version. The one that I'm showing you right now, the terrific Tankard O Terror, is an offhand. There's another one called the Tremendous Tankard O Terror, and that is the mace version, and it is very identical to the current Tankard O Terror that I am showing you that is titled Terrific. Another item that you can get is a main hand dagger called the Direbrew's Bloody Shanker, which you can see here. It is pretty dry of a cosmetic, but it is unique. It is kind of cool, so I ain't gonna hate on it too much. And then you can also get an item called the Direbrew's Remote, which basically gives your party a ride to the Grim Guzzler, which is the location of the dungeon. It is an item. If you want to keep it, you can. It's basically now a new portal to the specific room of the dungeon. And then last but not least is the second item that will have a increased drop chance is the renewed Proto Drake Brewfest armor, which I will show you now. Alright, so I am at the transformation for our Drakes. This was an item that got added back when Dragonflight was actual content. For your renewed Proto Drake, let's go ahead and get onto our regular Drake here, as you can see. Let's go ahead and remove the helm, and let's go ahead and remove the armor. This is as plain. Of course, I got a couple of color customizations, but this is as plain of a Proto Drake as you're going to see. It did drop body armor for the Brewfest Festival, as you can see here. If we hover over it, it gives you a Brewfest saddle with a keg on the back. So we've made it back. Wish me luck, because I'm about to open up my keg-shaped treasure chest. Fingers crossed we get the goods. Oh, we didn't get the goods. We got that random Direbrew remote, but we did not. get the goods. But we also get a chance at some Brewfest prize tokens as well to go ahead and spend at the vendors. Alright, there is a brand new event this year. Players can participate in a new world event during Brewfest. This event is loosely based off of the Iskara Community Feast world event from Dragonflight, for those of you that remember. But this is called the Brewfest Banquet event. Basically, for those of you that remember creating soups or stirring up the pot of soups, well, we're going to be doing the same thing here. And this event happens at the top of every hour. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, so on and so forth. However, in order to participate, you have to actually do a mini quest line, starting off with gathering the grub. And this will also give us 15 Brewfest prize tokens. So collect bags of Brewfest ingredients and deposit them in the wagon. Let's go ahead. I believe we have to kill some like bandits that stole the stuff. These dudes. So I'm assuming your boy's pretty goated and can just mass pull, right? I am that guy. I don't know if you guys know, but I am that guy. I've said it all video. So we definitely got plenty. Killed more than we needed. There's also going to be a wagon of some sort. Is it the wagon for the soup? This. Action button. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, we've stocked up on supplies. Let's go ahead and get back here. Turn in a quest. And we now have number 2. Follow the steps to cook Brewfest food and the delicious brew. Alright, so we're going over here. I have to click on this. Grab pretzel ingredients. Dough needed. Need the dough. I'm needing it. I'm needing it. I'm mining or am I kneading? That looked like I was mining the dough. Toss the dough in the oven. Oh, I pick up the dough, toss it in the oven. It's actually kind of a cool quest, I'm not gonna lie. Bring to the serving table. Ooh, right here. Okay, I see you. And then I display. No, oh, there it is. I made that. That's me. Do we have any glaze for that pretzel though? Obtain soup ingredient. Oh shit, I gotta do more. Oh, I'm doing a whole table of goods. Okay. Soup ingredients. I'm assuming these are the types of things you're gonna do during the event, but could be wrong. Alright. You see blue, stir left. You see red, stir right. That looks blue to me. Looking blue to me. I'm going left. Nothing's happening. Hello. Hey. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That looks blue. Okay, we go to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you got in the back to the... I know, I everything you own in the back to the left. Oh, I'm just clicking right, and it's just... Bro, I did that quest so wrong. Whenever I clicked right, it gave me a point on that thing. Alright. What did I make? What did I make? I made that, boys! What else? Obtain brew ingredients. Fucking hell. This better be the last thing I make. I'm going over here. I knew it. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, I'm just... What am I doing? I'm clicking the 1 key. It gives me an absolute massive AoE. But I'm putting it on the... Oh. Oh, I'm heating it up. What, do you want me to spam it? I don't know what's going on. I'm clicking my 1 key. That's all we need to know. Heat up the oven. When you want it at max. Alright. Hops added. I gotta get hops. Alright, I think I figured it out. Hops added. You gotta press the release. And then... You're supposed to wait until it gets into like the yellow. Alright, I'm goated. When it gets into the yellow bit of the bar, press it again. Alright, I'm goated. I figured it out. And now, bring to the serving peg. Alright, here we go. Add it in. And the quest is Done. And then we got the last one, take the customer's order and serve the food to them. Giving us 10. Customer. You. What do you want? Oh my gosh, that's exactly what he says. Deliver the order. What the fuck does he want? I'm gonna take the pretzel. Does he want pretzel? He want pretzel. Oh my gosh, he wanted pretzel. I've done it. I've done it. I've done my intro quest, and now I see you guys in a good 15 minutes for some super fine action. Alright, checking in. Let's report to the broskies. So you have 3 tasks that you can choose from. You can gather, you can cook, or you can serve. I'm gonna go ahead and cook, because I feel like that will be the more entertaining of the bits. But you can also choose different roles as you see fit. So, again, let's go ahead and grab some porridge ingredients. I believe porridge ingredients is going to take me to this. We're getting some soup cooked. So let's go to the left. If it's blue, you go to the left. So it's exactly how those intro quests basically taught you how to do the event. Let's go to the right. Go back to the left. Blue. And we've got our porridge. And I believe we just go ahead and add it to the table. And that is 50 brew points. Now once you've got some brew points, it goes into the score up top. And then you'll go ahead and get some bags. Just like most in-game events nowadays, there are a total of 3 bags to go ahead and collect. And I will go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an update on what to expect from those bags. But again, we just made some soup. Again, you can also make some other things. Let's go ahead and see what else we can do. We've got brew ingredients. This one was my least favorite of the 3 to do. So that's going to click on the table. Go ahead and smash the table 5 times. I believe we've already got the green bag. Wow, there's a lot of people doing this event. And then that is our 5. Alright, now we're in here. Go ahead and heat this bad boy up. Fully heated. Alright, now we gotta add the hops. Alright, so we're here at the hops. We wait until it gets yellow. Boom. Wait until it gets yellow. Boom. Wait till it gets yellow. Boom. Again. Bam. Full brew. Let's go ahead and add a nice keg. Ba-bam. We've already got. Bro, we're gonna get the purple bag. Let's go! Next things. At least let me do one more. Pretzel ingredients. Let me get the pretzel cooking. Let me dough it up, bro. Let me get my dough on. I'm trying to knead that dough, bro. Let me spam click that dough and knead it. Alright, we click something on the left there, remember? Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Alright, there we go. We got the dough, put it in the heater. And bro, we got my pretzel. Alright, let's get the pretzel on the board. No, let me get it up, let me get it up. Alright, cool. We did all the cooking. Pretzel, brew, and soup completed. But we're already maxed out score, by the way. So, what do we do now? We're waiting for the boss? There's some sort of a boss that's gonna spawn. I don't know where this boss be, though. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's Kegger! This is the boss, and holy shit does he die fast. It took us like about 5 minutes of waiting for this dude, by the way. 5 minutes of waiting. Wow. Alright. We got our 3 bags. We defeated Kegger. And now, grab a drink and give a toast. Where the drink's at? Where the drink's at? Oh. There we go. Yeah, little event thing. New event thing. That's actually kind of cool, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of cool. But I'm here for the rewards. And that's what you're here to find out, too. So let's go ahead and go over these 3 bags. At 2,500 points, you're going to get a bag of Brewfest merchandise. It's going to give you random Brewfest foods and a chance at receiving some Brewfest prize tokens. So let's go ahead and open up the first one, the bag of Brewfest merch. Got some prize tokens and, of course, an essential Brewfest pretzel. Next up, we're going to have our blue bag. The blue bag has the same rewards from the green bag as well. as a chance at receiving pieces of the basic Brewer's Transmog set. There is a total of 4 items from this basic Brewer's Transmog set. There is a barret, which is a helm, a cape, a belt, and a kilt. And there is 2 different color versions to get. There is a brown as well as a blue. So let's go ahead and open up that, giving us the blue shoulder cape. So we got one of the capes, but again, there's a total of 8 of those to collect. And then last but not least, you have the bag of Brewfest merchandise, which is the purple version. Same rewards from green, same rewards from blue, as well as a chance of receiving some Dark Iron themed weapons. You can get the Dark Iron's Ancient Crusher, which is a mace. You get the Dark Iron's Mighty Crossbow, which is a crossbow. You get the Dark Iron's Ceremonial Mace, which is a one-handed mace, as well as the Dark Iron's Crystal Ward, which is a held in offhand. So let's go ahead and open up that. Got absolutely nothing but some hops, some mead, and some cheese. Out of the 3, the freaking purple one was the worst. But hey, I will be back here in the next hour to go again, because there is no limit on how many you can do. Team, my favorite thing of every in-game event, and that's actually collecting the collectibles. Well, we earn currency, we gotta spend them. Now, most of these vendors actually don't sell too much. As you can see here, we have the Lucky Noodles vendor, which sells exactly what you would think, some sort of noodles. Also 2 drinks. We got some milk tea and timeless tea. But yeah, Horde and Alliance are gonna see the same stuff. You have the Brewfest vendor here, which sells the Brewfest necessities. You get pretzel as well as some onion cheese. But again, the Alliance and the Horde are going to see pretty much the same things, but just from different NPCs. You got a cheese vendor here, which of course, what do you think sells? Cheese! You also have a spirit vendor, which sells an abundance of spirits. You also see that there is a brew vendor for the voodoo that sells troll-based spirits. You also see that we have a John's Distillery, which are orc-based brews. You'll also notice that we have the night wine vendor, which is night wine-based alcoholic beverages. These 2 are Warpath ales vendors, and they actually sell the exact same stuff. You'll also see Hydratus roaming around. Sells nice water if you need to hydrate. You'll also notice that there is a brew vendor here that sells Torn-based alcoholic beverages. We have the Gordok brew vendor, which sells Ogre-based alcoholic beverages. Of course, the Pandaren brew. Like, you can't go anywhere without that Pandaren brew. And of course, every brew is listed. Don't get me wrong. You have these 2 vendors. Now this is where it gets a little bit better, if I might say so myself. The sausage vendor. He actually sells a toy called Gravel Goldbraid's famous sausage hat. Yes, you can put a sausage on your head. You want the glizzy, you get the glizzy. But if you want to eat any sausages, well, there's an abundance of meats. More than just sausages. And then of course, what goes good with sausage? Sometimes bread. You might want to put it in a bun. That's a bread vendor. Now, we're going to get to the important vendors right now. They're actually all neatly compacted into a tent nowadays instead of being spread out. There actually used to be only one, and it used to be this guy, Blix. But what's funny is Blix doesn't sell shit anymore. He just sells the bind on account upgrade items, as well as the Angry Brewfest letter. That's if you want to leave the Brewfest Club, or he might sell a different one for you guys to join the Brewfest Club. But just to give you a heads up, Blix don't sell shit. Just saying. We also have a creature vendor here, which you get a Stout Elemental. You can get a pint-sized pink Pachyderm. Basically an elephant. You get a Wappletinger Tankard, which you can also get from Quest, by the way. You get a Preserved Brewfest Hops, which your mount will be more festive during the event. You'll also be able to get some fresh Brewfest hops, which that one requires Brewfest. And then, of course, you get some fresh Dwarven Brewfest hops, which is the Alliance version. Next up, we have the Ensemble vendor. There's tons of them. You can get the barrel helm, which is a helm cosmetic, as you can see here. It's a barrel. You can get the Brewer's Black Barret, which is a different helm. You can get the Brewer's Black Shoulder Cape to go with it. The Brewer's Black Kilt, which is sadly underneath. The Brewer's Black Belt. You can get the Brewer's Green Barret, which is the green version. You get the Brewer's Green Shoulder Cape. You get the Brewer's Green Kilt, as well as the Brewer's Green Belt. Those are some Brewer's basic sets. It's the green version as well as the black version. And you can also get some versions from the soup, which we went over earlier. You'll also notice that there's a Dark Iron Ceremonial Crown, which we can go ahead and check out right now. You can also get the Dark Iron's Draping Mantle, which is some shoulder pads. You can also get the Dark Iron Ceremonial Chest Plate. Get the Dark Iron Ceremonial Leg Guards. Holy shit, I've just realized how much these things are going to cost, by the way. Oh my gosh, bro. They've added all this new cosmetics, but man, am I going to be shredding how I can't get all of this. The Dark Iron Ceremonial Gauntlets, which are gloves. You can also get the Dark Iron Ceremonial Boots to go with it. This is a very plate-looking, male-looking set. The Dark Iron Ceremonial Belt. The Dark Iron Ceremonial Cloak. Why didn't they just sell all of this as one ensemble, bro? Like, for reals. It looks cool, but just sell it as an ensemble of a full set. It would have probably been cheaper. You get the Homebrewer's Sampling Mantle, which is a back piece, which I've already got. That's the goated mantle from last year. You get the Orange Brewfest Bulwark, which is very similar, but it is a shield. We're now getting to the older items. Cool. We get the Bottomless Brewfest Stein, which has an unused ability. You can get the Tabard Brew, which is, of course, Tabard. You get the Garland of Grain, which is a helm. Put some grain on the helm. You get the Blue Brewfest Hat. You get the brown version. You get the green version. You get the purple version. You get the Brewfest Dress. You get the Slippers, which... they're underneath my goddamn dress. You get the Brewfest Regalia. Now I can show you the slippers. You can also get the Brewfest Boots. And then, of course, a couple more items. Blix's Eyesight Enhancing Romance Goggles. It basically guaranteed by Blix himself to make everyone look attractive. You'll also get the Brew Helm, which you can attach 2 tank cards to your head or helmet, but sadly requires the Brewfest Festival to be active. But you can also get the Synth Brew Goggles, which are the Synth Brew Goggles that you've gotten from your quest, but you can use them all year long. Whoa! And last but not least, the Toy Vendor. There is a total of 8 collectible toys. A lot of them I've already got, except for this one. But you get the Brewer's Balloon, the Brew Barrel, the Brewfest Keg Pony, the Steamworks Sausage Grill, the Brewfest Reveler's Hearthstone, the Pandaren Brew Pack, the Brewfest Pony Keg, and Brewfest Banner. Alright, next up we're going to go over all of the achievements that you can collect during this event, starting off with a round on the house on the Dragon Isles. Donate to bar tab barrels in the Taverns of the Dragon Isles, which we already went over. But, just to give you a heads up, quest, it gives you tokens, and it gives you a lot of them, so make sure you do them. Next up, you can get the Disturbing the Peace while wearing 3 pieces of the Brewfest clothing, which you can get from the vendors, which we showed earlier. Get completely smashed and dance in Dalaran. So get some alcohol, put on 3 pieces of clothing, and type in /dance, and you'll get Disturbing the Peace. Brew of the Year. Sample 12 beers featured in the Brew of the Month Club. So you have to join the Brew of the Month Club, first of all, which that's what this next achievement's for. And then every month for a year straight, so it's going to take you 12 months to get this achievement, you'll get some brew in the mail, and you just gotta drink it, and you'll get the achievement. Almost Blind Luck. Fall 65 yards without dying while wearing Synth Brew Goggles during the Brewfest holiday. So Synth Brew Goggles you can go ahead and get from an NPC just behind me while we did that quest earlier. Just go ahead and fall 65 and you'll be good to go. Dire Brewfest, which kill core and Dire Brew, basically complete the dungeon. Strange Brew, acquire the Brewfest beers listed below. Don't drink them all at once. These are all brews from the vendors that we showed you earlier. The Brewfest diet, eat 8 of the Brewfest foods listed below. Again, all foods from the vendors that we showed you earlier. Does your Wappletinger linger? Obtain a Wappletinger pet from the Brewfest quest line. You cannot get this achievement from purchasing the pet. You have to actually do the quest. Have Keg Will Travel, obtain a Brewfest mount, or transform yours into one using Brewfest hops. Brewfest hops you can get from a quest as well as the vendor. Go ahead and turn your mount into one of the Brewfest mounts, or get the mount from the dungeon. And last but not least, new this year, which we're going to go ahead and also complete, which we already would have in the video, a round on the House of Castelgar. So it's basically those bar tab barrels that we showed you earlier, but this time in Castelgar. Upon completing all of those, you will have a meta achievement to collect. If I can find it, that would be absolutely awesome. The Brewmaster, which completing these quests and these achievements will all give you the title, the Brewmaster. Alright everybody, thank you all very much for tuning in. Please subscribe if you're new around here, like the video, and if something doesn't make sense to you, just go ahead and comment down below, or if you just want to say hi down below, go ahead and say hi. But again, thank you all very much for dropping by and tuning in. I'm about to use the outhouse. My boy has drank way too much during this event, and he ain't feeling so well. But until then, I'll catch you all next time. Peace out, team.